Hi, in this video I'll show you how to adjust picture controls for accurate image on LG 2024 QNED and UHD TVs. The TV that I've used to analyze the picture is 55-inch QNED 86. For color and grayscale analysis, I've used Portrait Display's Calman 2024 software. Let's start. LG hasn't changed the layout of the menus, so all this will be very familiar if you've used LG TVs before. So let's short press settings button and go to the full settings menu. Tip number one is to double check that your TV is in home mode. You do that by going to support, and then here you will have this option. So make sure it is set to home mode. Next tip is that you select accurate picture presets. Currently I'm sending HDR signal, and for HDR types of content I recommend cinema or filmmaker mode. For SDR, in addition to cinema and filmmaker mode, you will get expert bright space and expert dark space. You can use those as well. However, pay attention that for expert bright space, when you go to advanced settings and color submenu, color gamut will be set to native, and you want to switch that to auto detect to avoid oversaturated colors, especially on TV from QNED series, which is using quantum dot technology to display wide color gamut. For gaming, for both SDR and HDR, there is a game optimizer option. You enable it here, and then you basically adjust it in the same way as you would filmmaker mode. That way you will get low input lag and accurate colors. And then in case of connecting to the PC, you need to go to General, External Devices, HDMI Settings, and here under HDMI Deep Color you select 4K for full bandwidth of that port and enable 444 pass-through. Next, let's quickly go through picture menus that you see which options are available. Here you have personalized picture wizard, but basically if you stay with those accurate picture modes, you will get accurate image. You don't need wizard to do that. Aspect ratio is about format of the image. Use user selection 16:9 and just scan either on or auto to see full picture. And then if you want to adjust the image, then you have these options available. Next we have advanced settings, and LG is still separating controls in different sections, which is good. So related to brightness, first you have panel brightness. For HDR signals it will be maxed out. Basically you are free to adjust it. If you find the image too bright, for example, then you are free to lower it with this control, or you can enable light sensor built into the TV by going to General, Energy Saving, and here under Energy Saving step, set it to Auto. So TV will then automatically adjust brightness. You can also set minimum brightness here. Alright, let's turn it off for now and go to brightness submenu. So here we have adjust contrast, so white level and black level controls. For HDR and also for SDR on my unit there was no need in touching them. You have specific patterns, test patterns available with which you can double check if those levels are set correctly. Dynamic contrast I recommend that you turn off, and dynamic tone mapping for HDR signals, you have option to enable it. Usually it will make the image too bright, so if you want accurate image, disable it. And then there is also professional setting here for different mastering levels of HDR signal. However, on my unit this didn't seem to work for some reason. But controls are here, so maybe with some future update it will work properly. And then you can fine-tune tone mapping for different mastering levels. Otherwise, keep it turned off. Gamma, it's disabled for HDR signals. For SDR, you can choose between different values. Usually recommendation is BT.1886 or 2.2. Video range, usually auto setting works fine. LED local dimming. Here, if your TV supports local dimming, then you have control to adjust it. And specifically this QNED 86 has only 6 vertical dimming zones, so it's not efficient at all. But to reduce blooming, so light bleeds from the edges of the screen, you can enable this option, and I found medium value to be optimum on my unit. But you test it out and see which option works for you. And then at the end we have motion eye care, disable it, no need to use it. Then in color menu, by default color depth 50, same for tint. Color gamut, I just recommend that you use auto detect and don't worry about it. Fine tune, this is for colors. If you have calibration equipment, then you can fine tune primary and secondary colors, but if you don't have calibration equipment, set it to off. So use color gamut auto detect and fine tune disabled. White balance, first for color temperature, usually warm 50 gives the most accurate image to give you 6500 Kelvin correlated color temperature on which content is being made, so use warm 50. And then with calibration equipment you can use 2 points, 10 or 22 to fine-tune the white balance. Otherwise you just keep everything at the default 0. That's all related to color menu. And then if we switch to clarity, this is to reduce noise and to adjust sharpness of the image. So for native 4K content, for high quality content, I keep sharpness at 0 and super resolution off, but for low resolution content you can increase this value or enable super resolution. For noise in image as well as compression artifacts, you have these two controls. And then to reduce bending, posterization of the image, you have smooth gradation. For watching movies, to avoid soap opera effect, you can disable true motion and then real cinema will be turned on and available. But usually I keep true motion on user selection with de-judder at 0. Because I don't want to see soap opera effect and artifacts. And I set blur reduction to maximum 10 for best motion resolution of content, which is not 24p, basically. 50, 60 Hz content, you will see more details if you max out this control. And finally, we have black frame insertion, Motion Pro option, but this will only dim the image and introduce flickering, and there is not real benefit of using it, so I keep it turned off. And now let me show you which AI options are available. So if we go to General submenu AI Service, you will see AI Picture Pro, AI Brightness Settings, AI Genre Selection, AI Sound Pro, and then fine-tuning of built-in speakers with AI acoustic tuning. Generally, I keep these settings turned off because I haven't seen real improvement or benefit in using it. For example, AI Brightness Pro will analyze your environment, how bright it is, and then it will adjust shadow details. So this might be useful in addition to ambient light sensor in the energy submenu. But it's up to you to try it out, and yes, let me know in the comment section if you're using any of these AI controls. And guys, related to gaming content, so once you switch to Game Optimizer, then you will have special Game Optimizer menu available. So you will see how it looks, with some additional controls for you to tweak. You can also change menu color, so it gives more flexibility, as well as specific gaming controls like AMD FreeSync Premium or automatic low latency mode for TV to switch to Game Optimizer as soon as gaming content is detected. And guys, with this we've come to the end of this video. As you saw, menus and controls are same as previous years, but what is more important is that picture controls work, so I was able to use calibration equipment to fine-tune white balance and color gamut. Dynamic tone mapping professional setting did not work on this unit. I hope to test more LG TVs and to confirm if this is the case on other models as well. But in general, you can watch content as director intended in those accurate picture modes, and then you have plenty of controls for fine-tuning. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye!